keep the poor poor. The moment you receive a paycheck, your brain dies. The job was created as part of the system to ensure you remain a failure. I know it's hard to hear this, but it's real. And the faster you understand this, the better. This is fundamental. The educational system was designed to teach you to become a doctor, a lawyer, a specialist, but never about money. The poor will always be among us because it starts here. It's in their words, and words become actions. But when they say they can't afford something or can't do something, they give up. They become what they say. I've met so many people who say, I can't afford this. Do you think I'm made of money? My father, with a PhD, used to say, do you think I'm made of money? I can't afford that. And my rich dad would say, that's why he's poor. Poor people say they can't afford something. They can't do this. They don't have time because it's an escape. It's easy to say you can't afford something, or you're tired, or you can't go to the gym when you could go to the gym, but you can't. The truth is, you're too busy to go to the gym. And my rich dad would say, instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask yourself, how can I afford this? How can I do this? A question opens the mind. A statement closes it. When you say you can't afford something, your mind closes and you become what you say. People who are at home struggling financially, worried about money or confused, maybe they're earning money, but they don't know what to do with it. Probably, this was taught to them. Their superego was conditioned. Like if you have a job, work hard, you'll never be rich. The rich are evil, etc. Poverty was passed down, it was taught in their families, and the middle class was taught in families. And until you change your thinking, money won't help you. We see this in people who win the lottery. Even when they win a lot of money, they still have the same problems because they have the mentality of a poor person. If you are poor, you will always be poor. It's really hard for people to understand the money will disappear quickly. Like most athletes who earn millions of dollars, and 65% of them are broke 5 years later because they come from poor families. The money is offered, but what does it really mean? Simply, it is the ability to live the lifestyle you want without worrying about money. It's about taking control of your finances instead of being controlled by them. It is a journey, not a destination. And every journey begins with recognizing the signs. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or are already well on your way, these signs can serve as milestones, guiding you to a future where money is a tool, not a source of stress. Remember, financial freedom is not just about wealth, it's about peace of mind. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to help support the channel. Let's get started. Sign number 1. You have multiple sources of income. Imagine yourself in the middle of a field with different rivers flowing towards you, each river bringing water that represents income. In this case, this is the concept of having multiple sources of income. It's not about putting all your eggs in one basket, but rather spreading them out. You can earn money from a full-time job, a part-time job, a side business, investments, or even passive income. Why is this important? Well, it's simple. Having multiple sources of income means you don't rely on a single source. If one stream dries up, you have others to fall back on. This is a safety net, a buffer against the unexpected. It's an example that smooths the impact of any financial turbulence. But more than that, it's also about growth, about expanding your horizons and opening up new financial possibilities. Sign number 2, you have a budget and stick to it. A personal budget is more than just numbers. It's a calculated strategy to manage your money effectively and pave the way for financial freedom. Think of it as your financial GPS. You wouldn't embark on a trip without a map, right? Well, your financial journey needs a well-planned budget. This helps you understand where your money is going, allowing you to take control and make conscious decisions about your spending habits. Moreover, a budget brings clarity, helps you prioritize your expenses, save more, and avoid unnecessary spending. The beauty of sticking to your budget is that you're less likely to find yourself in debt or living paycheck to paycheck. So, whether you're an entrepreneur or a 9-to-5 employee, having a budget and sticking to it is a significant step towards financial freedom. Remember, a budget is a map to financial freedom. Sign number 3, you are debt-free. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Debt is the heavy burden many of us carry and represents a major obstacle to financial freedom. Imagine 2 people. One is trapped in the debt cycle, constantly struggling with monthly payments, interest, and bills. The other is debt-free. They have paid off their debts, cleared their credit card balances, and sleep peacefully knowing they owe nothing to anyone. Their money is entirely theirs to use as they wish, whether to invest, save, or spend. Being debt-free isn't just about not owing money. It's about having the freedom to make choices, take risks, and plan for the future without the constant worry of debt repayment. It's about living life on your own terms. So, hurry to rid yourself of debts, as this is a fundamental sign of financial freedom. Sign number 4, you have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is like your financial superhero, ready to save the day when unexpected expenses arise. These are those tough situations like a sudden car repair or an unexpected medical bill. Having an emergency fund means you have saved enough money to cover at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. It's not about wasting money or being overly cautious. It's about being prepared because life can surprise us, and the last thing you want is to be caught off guard. This fund acts as a safety net, providing peace of mind and financial stability. It means you don't need to panic or dip into your savings when an unexpected expense comes your way. So how is your emergency fund? Remember, an emergency fund is your financial safety net. Make sure you have one. Sign number 5, you are investing for the future. Investing is not just about hoarding money. It's about making your money work for you. It's like planting seeds today that will grow into a lush orchard tomorrow. Imagine this. Instead of buying a shopping bag today, you buy a fruit tree. Sure, it will take time for the tree to grow, but when it does, you'll have an endless supply of fruit. That's the power of investing. You're not just thinking about the present, but planning for the future, for next year, for the next decade. Investing can take many forms, such as investing in stocks, real estate, or even your own business. The key is to find an investment that aligns with your financial goals and risk tolerance. Investing for the future is a sure sign that you are on the path to financial freedom. Signal number 6, you're continuously learning about personal finance. Financial freedom isn't just about accumulating wealth. It's about understanding how money works and making it work for you. This means you're not just sitting on the sidelines, but actively seeking information, reading books, attending seminars, or following reputable financial advisory channels like this one. You understand that the world of finance is ever-changing, with new laws, new investment opportunities, and new technologies affecting your finances. Therefore, you're open to these changes. You're not afraid to ask questions or seek guidance when something doesn't make sense. You know that every piece of knowledge you acquire is another tool in your financial toolbox. And best of all, you're excited about it. Learning about personal finance isn't a daunting task, it's a journey. It's a journey that leads to the ultimate destination, financial freedom. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about personal finance, the closer you'll be to financial freedom. Finally, signal number 7. You have financial goals and are actively working to achieve them. This isn't just about dreaming or wishing for wealth, but about setting concrete financial goals and taking the necessary steps to achieve them is crucial. Whether it's saving for a home purchase, investing in a small business, or setting aside money for retirement. These goals are the roadmap to your financial freedom. The key here is active action. It's not enough to just set goals. You need to put in the work, make sacrifices, and stay committed, even when it's challenging. You need to track your progress, adjust when necessary, and celebrate the small victories along the way. Remember, financial freedom doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and every journey begins with a single step. Your financial goals are those steps. So set your goals, roll up your sleeves, and get to work. Having financial goals and actively working to achieve them is a sign that you're on the path to financial freedom. And those are the 7 signs that you're heading towards financial freedom. Let's recap what we've discussed today. Signal 1, having multiple sources of income. This helps ensure that if one income source dries up, you have others to rely on. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Signal 2, having a budget and sticking to it. Your budget is the foundation of your personal finances. It's the map that guides you to where you want to go financially. Signal 3, being debt-free. No more sleepless nights worrying about how to pay your debts. Being debt-free gives you freedom in the future. Signal 4, having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, but with an emergency fund, you're prepared for any eventuality. Signal 5, investing for the future. Whether it's investing in stocks, real estate, your own education, or ventures, you're actively working to increase your wealth. Signal 6, continuing to learn about personal finance. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about managing your money, the better prepared you'll be to make sound financial decisions. Signal 7, having financial goals and actively working to achieve them. Goals provide direction and purpose, motivating you to keep moving forward. Now let's talk about assets. The definition of an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, whether you're working or not. For example, I have 8,000 rental properties. Every month I receive income. My house is a liability because money is going out. It's this cash flow that determines whether something is an asset or a liability. In fact, if you can invest in something that generates cash flow, that provides you with rent, you can cover your monthly expenses. The rich don't work for money, they work for assets, because that's proven. They've always had their assets working for them. It's very important to understand what type of asset you want and what an asset does. And I think the best asset is like a chicken that lays golden eggs. Some people think the egg is valuable, and I suppose there's some truth to that as well. But when you can find an asset that produces and is a cash flow generator, I think you've really found a valuable asset. At this point, there are 4 basic classes of assets. Commodities, which include oil, gold, silver, pork, stocks, and bonds, which are paper-based, like General Electric stocks, Tesla bonds. Real estate assets, which are the land itself and the buildings that make up a real estate property, and business assets. A business that you manage and run is another class of asset. Look at your personality, your skills, your desires, and your passions. Someone might wonder, do I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur and start a business? Or do I prefer to buy something like Warren Buffett? Do I like real estate and using leverage? Am I good at negotiating, or do I have skills in that area? And do I like the idea of commodities to protect my money or my business? It all boils down to just a few categories. What makes investing less complex? The first thing to figure out is which asset class is best for you. I'm asking which asset class you should invest in. Should you invest in all of them or focus on one of them? It depends on what you like to do, what you're most comfortable with. I personally invest in real estate. I understand real estate. I don't understand the business market. I don't invest in the business market. So it's a matter of being comfortable with what you choose and what you're willing to learn and invest in. You need to take the first step. Some people never acquire an asset. They're afraid to acquire an asset. They're afraid to acquire an asset because, what if I lose money? And that becomes the mindset. What if I lose money? Because many people view investing as something risky and scary. We say that investing itself isn't risky. It's the uninformed investor that's risky. However, it takes acquiring knowledge to invest wisely. Many people read books and attend seminars, but at some point they need to acquire an asset. Many people suffer from analysis paralysis. They want to understand everything so well that they never take risks. Know that you're going to make some mistakes. That's normal when you're starting out. It's not something that comes naturally. I think you need to be open to the idea that you don't know everything. I think you need to be a little humble and set your ego aside. And oftentimes people don't do that. I lost a lot of money in the business market. I invested in my company and lost everything. I invested in real estate and also lost money. If I had had a better education and asked better questions, I probably wouldn't have invested in those types of assets. Today, there's a lot of valuable information available. There's never been a better time to learn online. However, the average person follows a financial advisor, a real estate broker, or an insurance broker and doesn't learn anything because they're salesmen. There's nothing wrong with being a salesman, but they don't value knowledge for their system. We live in a counseling culture where people want to know what to buy. Tell me what to buy, tell me what to buy, tell me what to buy. I get these questions all the time. Andy, what are you investing in now? Do you like gold? Do you like Bitcoin? What should I buy? But few people are looking for classes to learn. It's a different approach from counseling. The counseling culture enriches Wall Street. Unfortunately, I believe people think paper properties are part of Wall Street, and they're not. Wall Street is about counseling. They focus on something called assets under management. Their goal is to manage your money for you. So when someone starts learning about paper assets, they usually start with company stocks. They say, I'll own a part of a company. If I own Coca-Cola stocks, I'm in the business and I don't need to rely on Wall Street to manage it for me. I can receive dividends without worrying about these intermediaries. In the end, don't worry. It's never too late to start. We encourage you to apply these principles and share your experiences in the comments. Until next time.